Hey everybody, how's it going? Tonight I'm going to try to do my second video. And I was going to do a video on showing everybody all my guns. And then I started thinking, I really don't want everybody seeing all my guns because it's kind of, for one, this camera only covers a small space. And do I really want everybody to know? I mean, because maybe my family or people will see this, and I just don't want them to think I'm some kind of crazy gun mongrel guy. But I do have quite a few guns, and it's fun for me. It's a hobby, and I like going shooting, and it's nice knowing that, you know, if I'm walking around my house, I can go in any room and have a gun and feel safe. Anyways, it's not like I'm paranoid, worried about being safe. And I apologize. I look a little tired tonight, and probably because I have two daughters, and they keep me on my toes. And they're at grandma's, and I'm bored, and I decided I'm going to start doing videos a little more. Why not? I watch videos, and I've seen a lot of people that seem like they can barely just manage, let alone make a video. And I thought, what the hell? I'll make my own videos, and we'll just go from there. But I'm going to start these videos. They're going to be called What Would I Do? And tonight it's going to be what would I do if I had $500 and I wanted to get a gun, because I like buying guns and I get ideas and I research it and I think of what gun I would want to buy if I had $500 and what gun do I need. And really at this point I don't need any guns. It's what do I want, and I think about the future of what gun is going to be worth something in the future. I've been into guns for really heavy, I would say, for about 4 years. And there's guns that I bought and I got rid of, and I wish I would have kept them because they've skyrocketed. And I just didn't like them. And for example, I had the Kel-Tec, that sub 2000. I'm a left-handed shooter. First time I went out and shot it, pow, 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 gunpowder in my face, because of course it ejects on this side. And after I sold it, I ran into somebody, and he's like, oh, you could have made this and did that. And I was like, whatever. Well, anyways, I bought it for $350, I think. Can't get near them for that nowadays. There's a couple guns I've bought that I think every gun I've sold I regret selling, just because. But anyways, the gun, I'm not going to show it to you yet. I'll just tell you what it is, and then we'll go from there. The gun I'm going to talk about is the VZ58, or Century Arms version of it, the VZ 2008. Now, I bought a AK-74 about 4 or 5 years ago from Century Arms. Told myself I'd never buy another gun from them. But about 2 years ago, J&G had a sale, and they were going for $399. And I'm like, $399? That's, I could always just sell it for $399, you know. So I got it, and you can judge a gun by different things. You can judge it by how cool it looks, the cool factor, or the practical of it. Is it light? But really, does it function? And is it accurate? I mean, another gun I sold real quick, Mac 90. Bought it for $450. That thing, I could not shoot a can from 20 feet away. Well, chances are I was going right through the can, and it was probably accurate, but like a dumbass, I turned right around and sold it. Wish I had that gun now, just because they're heavy duty. And I've learned a lot about AKs since then, and you have to work with them and sight them in, and if they're all screwed up when they're sighted in, but they start hitting the target, then you've got to compensate for it and practice. And then all of a sudden you realize you know how to shoot an AK. They're just a little different. I mean, I think an AR-15 is easier to hold up, sight things in, and maybe it doesn't make sense, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that understands what I'm saying. The AKs are just, they're more accurate than they have the reputation for. So anyways, back to the VZ. J&G was having a great sale, and I got the gun. Right away I noticed it's dead on accurate. And I like that it was something different, and everybody, of course, was like, you know, your average person's going to go, oh, that's an AK. No, it's not an AK. Well, to get a milled receiver AK, they're expensive, and this thing comes milled. And I got the one with the stock, and I like the stock, but the color of it and everything was just so. Right away, like everything, I start taking it apart and sending off for parts. And I went to Ace and got the adapter so I could put the AR-15 stock on it and collapse this and do that. And that's another thing about guns. I find that when I get an AK or I get a gun, I'll do all this stuff to it, and I do this turnaround. I start here, go tactical and all this, and you know what? Now all my AKs and most of my guns are back to their original form, because after you put all that crap on them, if you really think about it, if something was to happen and you want that gun, my guns, I want to be able to grab them, throw my backpack on, have my girls grab their guns, and throw shit in the truck and we're out of here. Something like that. Or hunker down, whatever. I'm not saying I'm some of these bugged out people that think the world's going to end, but you know, I want my guns to be to where I can climb around with them and run around with them. And I got an AR right now that is a tank, and it looks cool, but it's a tank. When I first bought it, it was light. So anyways, the VC-58's light, and it's accurate, and matter of fact, it's like a pound lighter, maybe a half pound lighter than the AK. And if I would have kept it original, it shoots better. So I'll show it to you guys right now. It's back to its original form, somewhat. No, it's not loaded, but just for, that's it right there. Now this stock is what came on it. I put it back on there because the cheek weld is awesome. I can just hold my face right there and I look right down, boom, I'm good to go. Okay, now one part I did buy that I like is this Mako front fore-end. Now one thing you'll notice is when you get one of these, that if you go out and start looking for parts, no, not every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to have something for a VZ, but that's kind of the cool thing about it, you know. And you know what? I am such a fanatic when it comes to guns that I research things. I actually got a hold of people in Czechoslovakia. I mean, not Czechoslovakia, but where this thing's made, Czech Republic. And I got a hold of a place over there that was willing to do some wheeling and dealing with me, but come to find out their parts are really expensive, and then they got all these kind of deals where you have to buy X amount in order to have it go through their I want to say immigration. That's not it. You know what I'm saying. It's where you ship shit through, and you got to make customs. So anyways, I got this at Grab a Gun for $50, around $55, and it's light. I mean, I like to have aluminum stuff, but then there we go again, getting heavy again. And you know, you say, oh well, aluminum's probably one of the lighter metals you can get. It's still not as light as the original stuff on there, or as this. And the reason I got this is it looks cool, and no, not so I could stick a bunch of stuff on there. Matter of fact, I just put this on here a couple days ago, and I probably won't even use it because I'm not the type of person that goes to jump around in the bushes with a green laser. But you know, there's times when I go shooting, I'll pull stuff off before I take it out in the woods and go shooting. So anyways, I got this at Grab a Gun. It was like $55. Makes it look cool. Here, we'll go. Okay. Alright. What you're hearing is a little mag wobble. Now, the mag wobble, you don't hear it. It just, when you put ammo in this, it doesn't. It pushes down on this, and there is no more mag wobble. So I guess I could put a full round in there and show you guys, but I'm not gonna. But anyways, the grip I also got from Grab a Gun, and that's made by Mako. Now Mako is the same as Fab Defense. I think the Israelis just, a lot of companies get big, and they're maybe big in Israel, but they can't. Oops, went dark. They can't keep up with the market in the USA or something. So Mako will partner with them, and or they'll just sell their product and slap a Mako name on it. But it is Fab Defense, both of them. So anyways, I got those two on there, and then I had the AR-15 collapsible stock. Put your cheek there. Can't put your head down to shoot. So that went bye-bye. Now I'm selling the Ace crap for it, and like I said, it all comes back to keep guns the way that the people that made them expected them, especially old surplus rifles. Now I've got some AKs. I did the same thing. I did all this stuff to them, and yeah, you gotta kind of weigh out the things. I know this is not going to be better with the original stuff up here, so I went with that. But back here, I'm going to have to say this is better. Okay, so also there's a company in Canada, because I wanted to be cool. Not like I'm going a million miles an hour dropping mags, but I got this from Canada, and it took a while, but it's a mag release. It's pretty cool. Just research it, because I don't know the name of it. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. This is supposed to be called What I Would Do If I Had 500 Bucks. Now, I could go get an AR-15. Be pretty hard-pressed to find one for 500 bucks. But you can get one of these right here for $4.99 or $4.79. You can go to Centerfire Systems. Don't really like those guys, but I found in the few years that I've been dealing with different people, I'll still buy crap even though I don't like them, just because they got shit I want. And J&G has them for $4.79. Now those are the ones that have the collapsing folding piece of metal. Kind of, I'm not a big fan of those, but these Czech Republic guys now are finding out that in America we need parts, and you can go on eBay right now and get the cool wood, original wood. And what I would do, that's what the video is called, is I would get the wood one, sand it, refinish it, and leave it nice, put a nice clear coat after I refinish it, and then I would go and get this and put this on here. Now this right here, it comes with a slant brake from Century Arms, but I don't like that, so I got this at CNC Warriors. I think I got it just because it was inexpensive, and it works. It works fine for me. It's kind of funny because you see these muzzle brakes for like 150 bucks, and I just can't spend that much money on stuff like that. It's like I can afford it, but it's like I don't have the enemy out there making, I'm not worried about flames and keeping my shots to where they can't be seen. So anyways, what else? Oh, I have seen some people, because I read reviews about these guns, and there's some people that had some problems with the trigger on these. Now, what you have here are these pins, and you have your trigger, and these pins right here, the one right by the safety, what it wants to do is ride out. It comes out toward this way. So, it's called the Gremlin. And there's a guy, because this gun is very popular in Canada, because in Canada you can't have an AK, but you can have this, and you can shoot it with 10 rounds. So he was showing how to fix it, because I had a little problem, and once this thing is in battery, you cannot, if it gets caught and it won't shoot, what happens is this will just, let me put the safety on, there's nothing, I just don't want to dry fire it. This is striker fired, by the way. I'm not going to sit and give a big, there's other reviews about how this is. This isn't really a review. This is what I would do with 500 bucks right now if I wanted to buy a rifle. This is what I would get if I was to do it all over again. I'm just trying to tell you how I would do it. Now, if you had problems with it, you can shim this. You can go find the video about how to do it. But it's like one of those it's like a cotter pin, but it's not. It clamps around. There's a little groove all the way around that goes into this. I don't know the name for it, but you got to shim that because it gets a little play and it walks, and then the trigger work. That's the only little problem that this thing really has. You could get a couple of those little cotter keys or whatever they are and have them if you were to have a problem with this. Except for that, this gun has been awesome. It's really accurate. I mean, open sights, 100 yards, you're on it, and no problem. It's really light, and yeah, that's what I would do with my $500. Is I would go and get this gun for $479, probably be about $500 by the time you get it, and then I'd get that wood stock. I'd slap that on there. Good thing about it is you can take the parts, put them on there, and you've got a really cool gun. A couple things to think about is this thing does want to walk off a little bit when you start heating up the barrel. You first start shooting it, you're shooting like a 2 MOA or 3, about 3 inches. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. But it starts spreading out a little bit. You start shooting tons of rounds in this. But it's, you're still within 6 inches. I mean, this is not a sniper rifle. And I think that for what you're getting, I still think this is a great deal. You could go to Checkpoint and they sell them too, and you can pay about $300-400 more. But I don't think you're getting anything. I've actually seen reviews where people like this trigger more. This trigger's a little different. Century Arms did something a little different with the trigger. But, it just depends on what kind of gun person you are. If you're a novice and you just don't want to touch your guns and you don't know anything about guns, I'd still probably buy this, and it'd still be a good deal. I think it's a great deal. What else? Oh, something I was going to say. I do this to all my guns, and I like to, I don't know if you can see this, but I like to paint my sights. See, you probably can't see it, but I paint my sights, put a little orange paint on there. And I did buy that. I was using fingernail polish for a while, but I bought that kit. I think it's like $15, and you get all these different highlighting colored bright paints. They do have the ones that glow in the dark, but those I'm not going from light to dark and all that, and they don't really work like I think that they're advertised to work. Now in the front, right, you can't see it, but right here I put a little bit of green on each side of right there, just because I'm getting old, and I like to be able to see that orange in the background down further. It really sets out when you have it up against that green. Now another thing that's cool about this right here is this right here on this forend. It is dialed, brother. I mean, when you look down that sight, it is laid right. I mean, it's bedded right in the center of that rail. It's just cool. I love it. So, oh yeah, the green laser. This is one of those spontaneous purchase because I thought I was going to put it on my rifle. I wonder what this does. Okay. Well, now we know what that does. But for real, I doubt if I would use that because it would be fun for target shooting probably, just see what that's like. But if I was in a tactical situation, don't think I'd want people shooting at the green laser. Oh look, just shoot the green laser in the bushes. I mean, that is like, I'd rather be tucked down in some trees and being quiet and just chilling or running or something. I just think all these lasers and stuff, I don't really think that, I am prior military and I'm not an idiot, and I just don't, it's movie shit. So, yeah. What else? Did I forget anything? The Gremlin trigger, get the parts right here. You can get them at Grab a Gun. For everything, you get about $75. Go to eBay to get the stock. It's going black. Oh, now it's being stupid. Sorry, guys. Sorry guys, don't know what happened just now. Well, I know what happened, but I don't know what the camera was doing while that was going on. Maybe it was all black and I was just, you're talking, listen to a black guy there for a minute. Who knows? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was still recording. We'll find out when I'm not going to edit it out. I'm not the editing type. So anyways, had some spare time tonight. I'm a little tired. It's nice. I got to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. A little bit about me. I'm from Oregon. I live here in Portland, Oregon. And I joined the military when I was 19 years old. I spent the first 10 years of my life running around the world and enjoying myself. And then now I am a mason, a bricklayer, a refractory bricklayer. I don't do commercial type of, not like your shopping malls or houses. That's residential, and I don't do block work and things like that. I do industrial, like sawmills, lime kilns, boilers, British Petroleum. I work up there, and so that's what I do. And when I get into something, I just get into it 100%. About 10 years ago, it was motorcycles. I had a motorcycle shop for a while. It was called Stevo Style, and that's where I get my nickname, Stevo, and that's where I get my name here on that's on YouTube. So easygoing guy, been single for a long time, just giving 100% to my kids. I mean, was having relationships come and go about every year, and I just didn't want my kids to think that's the way it works, because that's not the way it should work. But I'm growing up. I'm getting there. But anyways, this isn't supposed to be that kind of video. Was what I would do if I had $500. I'd go get me a VZ 2008, or I call it the VZ 58. I don't know why they would ever call it 2008. I guess it's like a copyright name. It's like Century Arms. They build something, you know what it is, but they call it something else. They should just call it the Century Arm, blah, 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 but then they'd get sued or something like that. So anyways, I call it the VZ 58. Made in the Czech Republic of. It's not a history class on the VZ 58. I was just telling you what I would do. The mags are aluminum. It shoots the same thing as the AK. The AK ammo is going down now in price. Cool gun. I guess I'm lonely and I just want to sit here and yap. So peace out. You guys be good. And maybe I'll get 1 million hits. And shit, get rich. I don't know. See you later.